His name's Edgar.
Hi, Edgar.
And I'm telling you, he's a jerk.
That's kind of like a prerequisite for cats, though, isn't it?
Especially like black ones.
Uh-huh.
He'll get in all in the mic and go,
Yep.
He'll fucking spit all over everything.
Yeah, he just play bit me. So.
Yeah, he's good for that.
Yeah, Jules has a cat. She lives upstairs with Megan. Right? She's all black too, and like she kind of just always looks like she's pissed off.
Yeah.
Like Jules says that she has like a Russian accent. Like that's the idea. It's like right. She just always looks at you like she has a Russian accent. So
in Russians, cats scratch you.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh God.
I'm gonna bring this over here so I can put my drink on it.
Right. Cool. Are you set?
Yeah, I'm set. I'm ready when you are, sir.
All right.
I don't know what is in this fucking drink that you made me drink. That John,
you're drinking a Red Horse.
I am completely fucking plastered right now.
You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Music, horror, art, politics, badassery. Welcome to Society 13.
His eardrums were scientifically altered for world peace. His ears are more finely tuned than yours or mine. He can listen to a podcast from a mile away. He is the most dedicated podcast fan in the world. I do not always listen to podcasts, but when I do, I prefer the Tangenbaum Network. Keep listening, my friends.
Hey, welcome to Red Horse Radio. This is John Towers. Stigmata Studios is an indie comic company that's been producing comics for over 10 years. We produce graphic novels, comic books, comic magazines, web comics. Our stories feature history, the occult, politics, myth, whiskey, violence, often with an edgy point of view. Red Horse Radio is the official podcast of Stigmata Studios. We are very serious about our comics and our storytelling, but this is where we get a person or two down in the studio, pour a couple drinks, and hang out and have a good time. Study the lost art of conversation. So in studio today, we have a first-time guest, Nick Kizina. Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you, John?
Dude, you wear, like, I always am like, I'm a busy motherfucker, you know, but it's like you are like way busier than I am. It seems like,
Yeah.
It's like you stop me if I leave something out. You're a writer, a producer, a director, a podcaster.
Yes.
And you're like the ring general of like that crazy circus over there, the Sinister Dreams production company.
Yeah.
So how do you, like, you're the president of that. That's your official title?
That is my legal, like, the government, if we get in trouble, will be like, this is the president of the company, sir. Yeah, that is my official title. Yeah.
I put my wife on the hook for that. She's the president of Stigmata Studios. But, so is this your brainchild? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you just find a need for it? Or, like, tell me the origin story, I guess.
I guess, like, Sinister Dream kind of comes from the fact that I don't like being told what to do, I guess would be a good way to put it.
I totally relate.
So it's like, you know, like, I went to film school. I went to Point Park University / Pittsburgh Filmmakers because Point Park was too fucking cheap to have a film and video production. They just do digital cinema right now.
Okay.
And you can also get a screenwriting degree if you want that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You don't sound very enthusiastic about it.
Well, it's like if you want to screen. Okay, so you're going to be a screenwriter. You have a degree, so you sit in a room in a dark room and not interact with anyone. That's your degree, and that's coming from someone who screenwrites. So whenever I started in school, I didn't want to do like Nick Kizina production. I just always kind of thought that was like egotistical. So I originally wanted to do Nightmare Productions.
Okay.
I looked it up.
I'm sure there's a million of them.
Yeah, there was another. There was one. The one that I came up with me was like something. I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So I kind of sat down and I'm like, well, what is a nightmare? A nightmare is a sinister dream. Oh, that kind of sounds good. I'll go with that. And that's kind of where it started. That started in 2004 because that was all throughout college. I did. I made all my movies under Sinister Dream, and then after college, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep going with it. I wasn't sure if like other people. I was going to like team up with other friends, and then they just kind of fucked off, like most people do after college, especially a film with a film degree. So I just said, "Fuck it, I'll continue it," and it's kind of just rolled in from there.
Yeah, like the thing that I'm most impressed with, hanging out with you guys. I was just on Pop Analysis. We did the Empire Strikes Back, which was a great time, and it's cool because I kind of get to cut loose. I don't talk about movies and comics much here, because there's plenty out there, like content. But yeah, so it was fun for me to like put my little spin on you guys' thing over there. But what I was gonna say is the thing that I find most impressive about you is like how you like have found these people and like recruited them kind of to your cause. And like I wanted to find out like what do you look for as far as like strengths and weaknesses, like when you're building a team, or am I putting way too much thought into it? Like,
No. Everyone's kind of there because it's one of those things. I can't remember where I got it from, but it was probably from Special Features or podcasters. No, it wasn't from podcasting. I didn't listen to him at the time. But it was kind of like what you don't know. It's essentially like you do everything you can, and the stuff you don't know, you find other people to do,
right?
And that's where everyone comes from. Like Adam does graphic design, so that I can't. I have ideas for graphic design, but I can't physically. I don't know how to use Photoshop or Illustrator. Katie's head of post production. She does all of our editing. I can edit, but I hate fucking capturing, so don't bother doing it that way. Same thing, Melissa. My roommate Melissa, who you kind of saw, she was in and out.
Right.
She's actually Twitter famous. She can have she has like over 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she does social media.
She's your social media.
Yeah.
guru.
Jules can. She knows how to edit a website, so she's a webmaster, and by default is a head of merchandise for the 5 times that people have actually bought stuff off of us. And then Megan came. Megan's like the one that like she just came in. I actually went to high school with her, strangely enough, and then like we reconnected because she wanted to help us out on the 48-hour film project, and then she just kind of stuck around.
Yeah, and she was the other lady that was there with with the TARDIS notebook, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Sweet. So, so when I was headed over to your place, I was like, I hit the gym before I came over, right? So I'm like racing over, and I'm like sweat. Like I took a shower, but it's like the after workout like sweat thing started to happen, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm still trying to catch my breath, and I'm like, God, when we start recording this, they're gonna be like, who's the fucking prank caller? Like, I'm just standing there like sweating, like fucking like breathing into the microphone.
Yeah.
I don't think it came off like that, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, you're totally gonna. It's like someone's gonna think you're jerking off, like in there or something.
Don't worry, Justin's there, so people would just think that it was him. It's okay. We have like a standard, like we literally have the whole like "God damn it, Justin" T-shirt idea, and then the back is going to say "I hate you." So yeah.
Yeah, he was a character, and
Yes.
I've listened to the show a few times just prepping and getting ready and stuff. And I always, the way that he introduced himself yesterday was probably like perfect. Like he came in talking about jerking off monkeys or something. I can't really remember
That
what
sounds
it was,
about
but
right. Yeah. If it wasn't that time, I'm sure it was some other time that he did that. So we can just assume it's fine.
So tell me about. You told me something intriguing once. You said that you're detoxing or something, so you're on dandelion root.
Yeah, dandelion root. It helps cleanse your liver. Your liver. It pretty much just because your liver naturally cleanses,
Right.
but it just kind of accelerates the process.
Well, some more than others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my grandfather died of liver failure, so I was like, yeah, that's
Right.
in there. It's like my grandfather died of liver failure, and then my other grandfather and that grandfather's wife had Alzheimer's, so I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you got to do some preventative maintenance in there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I ran out, so I'm like, I kind of got off of the bandwagon, if you will, but I'm starting to get back onto it.
I wonder how hard it is to harvest dandelion root.
I don't know. I mean, it's a weed, so it goes everywhere. So I would imagine it's not super hard.
Yeah, like, is it expensive?
No, not at all. It's like
okay.
$7. It was really weird the first time because Jules and I both take it. Jules is my girlfriend. We both took it, and we took it, and then we immediately reacted to our body like we were high. It was really fucking weird. I'm
Wow.
like, what?
It's that easy?
Yeah.
I could have been chewing on these dandelion roots the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, but I guess it does. You get shocks to your system all the time, especially when you're introducing new stuff into it. So,
Yeah.
I remember when I first started taking fish oil pills and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you can feel it's like, hey, why didn't I do this before?
Yeah. My heart doesn't feel like it's going to explode. This is wonderful. Great.
So, what kind of movies do you guys do? I think that you do music videos. Is that true? Is that a true statement?
We have done music
Okay.
videos. We stopped pursuing music videos because musicians are really hard to nail down in a non-sexy way. The other way, in the sexy way, they're very easy to nail down. But in the other way, they're really hard to nail down, and a lot of times they don't want to give up any kind of control, and they don't trust your judgment or anything like that.
But again, they can't tell you what they want exactly.
Yeah, oh god, that is an understatement. So we have 2 music videos on our website. One I did all by myself. That was an instrumental one, and that was just more of an editing exercise. And then we had another one for our director of photography, Scott. He's the lead singer. It was his old band, Seas We Feared to Sail. So we have those 2 videos. We mostly we do a lot of dark comedy.
Okay.
We've been kind of steering away from it because I feel like everyone would just kind of punch me in the face if I wrote another dark comedy sort of thing. So I've been trying to steer away from that. I kind of stay in the wheelhouse of comedy.
Okay.
Just because that's just where my mind naturally goes. I just naturally take everything as a joke sort of thing. So I kind of go that way with everything.
And the website, we're going to get into all the plugs and stuff later,
yeah.
but it's just sinisterdreams.com.
Sinister Dream, singular.
Sinister Dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a
.com.
super common mistake. Our head of PR still makes that mistake every once in a while, and I have to give her a dirty look every time she does it.
So besides the movies,
Yes.
and the videos, you have an extensive podcast network that you kind of lord over, right?
Yeah. We have 4 podcasts right now, with 2 more potentially happening. The one that we're trying to get off the ground, that's a radio play podcast.
Okay.
We only got 1 episode recorded, and I'm I'm not putting that out. And hey everyone, there it is, and then
Right.
but as of right now, we have 4 that are up and updated weekly. The first one happens on Mondays. That's Happiness is a Warm Gun. That's Justin, who we were talking about, as I like to say, that asshole's podcast. And then Wednesday, Juliana, my girlfriend, and her best friend Kirsten, they have their own podcast called Scenario Store News, which is kind of like Tumblr. If Tumblr had a podcast,
That's what it'd be.
yeah, that would be. And then Thursdays is my other podcast, the Insert Movie Reference Here podcast that I do with my my BFF Joe via FaceTime because he's in LA right now.
Okay.
We have known each other for 25 years, which really is frustrating because he lives in the Valley in LA, and if you don't if you're not from LA, you don't know that the internet in the Valley is fucking horrible. He tried to get better internet, and they're you can sign this petition to try to get better internet. You'd
think because that area of the country is kind of, I mean, not necessarily the Valley, but SoCal,
Yeah.
Silicon Valley and all that. You'd think that they would be kind of up on it, but
yeah, you would think that. Yeah,
and with all the massive amounts of porn that have to be streaming out of that area of the country as well.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the Insert Movie Reference Here podcast. So we do that every Thursday, and then Fridays is our the original flagship Sinister Dream cast.
Okay.
So.
And then, so the Pop Analysis show just gets folded into the Sinister.
Yeah, Sinister
podcast.
Dreamcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, I forgot to mention this. A little bit of house cleaning. This week's Abercast. I do this. It's an exclusive part of the show where you sign into the newsletter and you get to hear me babble about whatever esoteric or occult nonsense happens to bubble up. This week's Abercast is going to be. I'm actually going to redo and get more in depth with the "This Is Not a Cave" story from
nice.
So if you ever wondered if Han and Leia fucked on the Millennium Falcon, tune into the Hammercast this week because I'm going to shed some light on it. I'm going to drop some knowledge on you.
Yeah, because you touched on it on Sinister Dreamcast, and like you could kind of hear everyone in the room go, "Fuck, he's right."
I was like, "Am I losing him?" And then I saw you just put you had your head in your hand like this, and I'm like, "Oh no, I think that I got him. Like I think I got him." So there you go. Tune in for that. I know it's not occult, it's not paranormal, but it's going to be fun. So we'll do that. So Nick, like to me, first of all, I have a series of videos called How to Draw Comics the Stigmata Way. And like it's not really about drawing comics. Like some of it is, but like I teach fun stuff like how to breach a minefield with a tank.
That's fun.
And the only reason I'm mentioning it is because the first episode of season 3 is going to be up, and I'm going to teach you how to create a barbed wire baseball bat like you see in the comic books and the movies. So I'm gonna be recording that this week, and it'll be up. So now I'm sorry for all that shameless self promotion.
Oh, it's fine. It's your podcast.
Hey, okay, so with me, like, you know, I've grown up around comic books. Like my old man collected like the old Chris Claremont X-Men and John Byrne Fantastic Four run from back in the day. So like to me, it's like I've always knew that I wanted to do comic books. Is there a specific crystallized moment to you where you're like, hey, I need to be a filmmaker or something like along that lines?
It was kind of like that. I've always wanted to tell stories. Like originally I wanted to be an animator because I've always loved animation. I've always loved cartoons. And then I found out like you have to draw 24 pictures a second. I'm like, fuck that. I'll have a camera do that for me. Right. And so like that's and like one of the main reasons also is like I didn't want a real job. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to be a filmmaker. Joke's on me because I graduated in 2008 and that's whenever the economy went to shit. So I was like, well, fuck you too, universe.
So, is there any specific movie? Like, what kind of movies do you find inspirational?
I guess you would say like, kind of like not independent, but like a little bit higher than independent. Like I mentioned last night to you that Brick is my favorite movie, Rian Johnson's movie.
And that's like a neo noir kind of high school drama kind of thing.
Yeah.
I watched it before, and the only thing that I really recall of it is like the private detective style kind of like narration, like voiceovers. But yeah, you did mention that, and so that's the kind of like. Would you say that was like your fave or one of your favorite movies?
Yeah,
or?
it's one of it. Like as of right now, it is my favorite movie. That could change.
It's like shuffleboard, really. You know, like whatever.
But yeah, like that and like Mel Brooks's movies are a huge influence on me, specifically like my writing. And Alfred Hitchcock, I'm a huge Hitchcock fan as well. Rope being probably my favorite Hitchcock movie because it's really underappreciated and I really love it because it's the dark comedy that came out in 1948 about two friends killing one of their other friends because they think that he's intellectually inferior, which then brings up a whole different like set of philosophical questions on who decides on who is philosophical. And then on top of that, Jimmy Stewart's in it.
Okay.
And it's also shot in one take. Well, one take quotation. There's phantom cuts and whatnot in it, but like they made the set specifically for it. Like the set broke away, so they could track and like Hitchcock could use his camera the way he wanted to use his camera. That's
got to be like super difficult, like from a technical standpoint.
Yeah.
And then like letting the actors, like, obviously there can't be like any ad-libbing or
Yeah.
whatever in a movie like that. Like, you got to have that shit locked down, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Jimmy Stewart fucking hated it. Apparently, he's like, "Why are we doing this? Like, I don't understand why we're doing it this way."
Well, every like once in a while you hear about movies that are like that, like
Birdman. Birdman was one of the most recent.
Okay, see, I haven't watched it.
Oh, so good! It's so brilliant. It's so brilliant.
But Johnny Depp did one, right? In the Nick of Time or something.
Maybe that doesn't sound super familiar, but
And
he's
then-
done a lot of movies.
You got $5? Yeah, I'll be in your movie. And then the dude that plays Ash from The Evil Dead did one that was like supposedly one take. And then just recently, the Netflix series Daredevil.
Yeah.
They had a fight scene in the
Yeah.
second episode that was all. I mean, to an untrained eye, I could find like maybe 3 places where there could be a cut where
Yeah.
it's like it's locked down and there's nothing going on, or the screen goes,
Yeah.
gets hit in a shadow where you can cut, I guess, there. But it was still really fascinating. And I'm glad they put it in so early because I was like, oh, shit's on because it's great. And I'm a big Old Boy fan, like the original Old Boy. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, they're doing the same thing. Just instead of going back and forth, they're going like in and out, like through the depth field or whatever.
Depth of field.
Yeah. Hey man, you're the filmmaker. I don't know what I'm
4
talking
years of film school. I can correct you on that. That's what $50,000 buys you, everybody. I'm a huge fan of like one take. I like doing one shot because one, it forces you as a director to be able to pick and choose what you find is important, so you don't have to rely on the editor. It's not really the editor. Like when you do one take, it's the director. Like it's very much auteur theory in that way. It's like, no, this is exactly what I want. The editor's not going to really put his or her 2 cents in
Well, because you're limiting their options.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like you're like, fuck you. Like that's what you got, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, but isn't it true? Like back in the day, it was almost impractical to do one shots because of how you had to handle film.
Yeah.
Where nowadays it's like, yeah, I got the SD card, it gets backed up wirelessly and the thing, and it's like everywhere. You're never gonna lose it.
Yeah. No. I mean, film is. I love film. I love the way film looks because I have, like I said, my degree is in film and video production. So like I shot film. I shot 16 mil. Some of our movies on the website are 16 mil, the older ones. And I love the way it looks, but it's super impractical, especially for independent filmmaking. Like there's no reason why you should be shooting on film unless you have like a Hollywood studio backing up or rich investors.
Yeah, it's so expensive, right? Like,
Yeah.
like nowadays you have to get like kind of all new equipment, like or all new old equipment, I guess. Like,
yeah, I think it might be Panavision might be the only one that's still producing film cameras. Ari might be, but if they are, they're only doing like one model like every 5 years. They have the Ari Alexa, which is an amazing camera. That's what they shoot all the MCU movies on. And if I ever get money, I want to use that.
Right.
So
that's not digital. They shoot that on.
Oh,
film?
it is digital.
Oh, okay,
it's
okay.
just that Ariflex, German company, they're the ones that produce it, and they're the equipment that I use mostly in school. And being German, and I am German, there's a certain amount of pride in that.
Yeah.
And also too, like Germans they're very precise,
Right.
very precise people. So like,
that's a stereotype that goes.
Yeah.
Them and the Swiss.
Yeah.
With their fucking watches and all that.
Yeah, well, it translates to film equipment amazingly for German people, and so like the Ari Alexa is a really, really great camera. It's like the Ari Alexa and then the Red are like the 2 big ones, and then there's also Blackmagic cameras, which are like they look like old school like digital cameras, like Mom has.
Uh-huh.
That's what they look like. You just attach like a film lens on it, and then it shoots like essentially 16 millimeter digital. Like that's the best way to look. Like it's not like a point and shoot camera. Like you actually have to know something about film to be able to use it.
Right.
But they're also super cheap. Like you can get one that shoots like the equivalent of 16 millimeter for like $995, which is
That's cheap.
Yeah, that's really cheap.
Yeah.
That's really cheap.
So, like, what kind of equipment do you have now? Like, I used to. I recently stopped being an independent professional wrestler. And like the video camera that I have is like one of these like little. It's kind of like a flip cam kind of thing, and that's like as technically advanced as I have. Apparently, the one I have though can go underwater for quite a bit. I don't know why I would need that, but I imagine that you have like something a little bit better than that.
We shoot right now. We shoot on Canon XHA. Don't ask me what the numbers are behind it. It's my director of photography. It's actually Scott's. It's actually his camera. But we've been shooting on that, and it shoots HD tape, which most people are like, bullshit, that doesn't happen. And I'm like, I'm not believe it. And then I show them the footage, and like, I don't believe it. I'm like, well, we shot on tape. Here's the tape right here. It can shoot HDV, and it can also shoot SD.
I've never even heard of that. That's crazy.
It was like a millisecond. They're like, hey, we can still use mini DV tapes, everyone, and make it HD. And then like, why don't we just use this SD card? It's way easier. Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll do that. So,
And it makes me feel like James Bond when you're like
Yeah.
putting it in stuff. So when you're putting in stuff like James Bond.
exactly. It works on two levels. It's wonderful.
So you mentioned Mel Brooks earlier, and I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan.
Yes.
Mel Brooks was actually a combat engineer in World War II.
Yeah.
My granddad was a combat engineer in World War II.
Gotcha.
I was a combat engineer when I was in the Army. So, yeah, it's like we're all right there.
Yeah.
But there's this little known thing about Blazing Saddles, and I don't know, you probably do know it, that there's a failed TV pilot
Yes.
for a Blazing Saddles
It comes
TV show.
with the DVD.
I have the Criterion collection, and
Yeah.
it came with that, and it's on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
like in sections, and it's hysterical, like for a lot of the wrong reasons.
Oh, God.
Hysterical.
They drop the N-word so much.
And it was
on
like
that.
made for like CBS or something.
Yeah.
And they're like dropping the end. It's Lou Gossett Jr. is like
Yeah.
the Black Bart. That's what it's
Yeah,
called, Black
yeah.
Bart. But yeah, one day I was just like, hey, I'm gonna put the second disc in and see what's in there. And I was like, oh, gold mine. You
Yeah.
know, it's really fantastic. And then the I don't know, was that before Blazing Saddles or after Blazing Saddles?
After Blazing Saddles, because I don't think they had much confidence in it to be able to like turn it into a TV show sort of thing. Because things didn't happen that way back in the 70s. It wasn't like TV then movies. It's movies then TV, because it's even to this day, which is mind blowing, especially because we're like in a TV renaissance.
Right.
That the Hollywood executives still believe that TV is an inferior form of making stuff.
Right.
So like, yeah, I don't think it would work that way ever.
Yeah, like even like MASH.
Yeah.
Like the MASH movie came out and the MASH TV show came out, and they're totally unrelated, really. Like,
It's like same basic premise, and that's about it.
yeah, like everything's all different, you know. Except I think like two of the characters. The guy who played Radar played him in the movie
Yeah.
too, I think. But you know, that's my era. You know, like I grew up watching MASH. You know, I'm
Yeah.
quite a bit older than you. I keep pointing that out to myself. I don't know why. So you mentioned the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Would you consider doing like an indie superhero movie?
Yeah, actually, I would love to do an indie film. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I have like a deep appreciation of like superheroes. I'm a big fan. I'm more of a DC fan than a Marvel fan, just because I grew up on it. Specifically, Batman the Animated Series. That's the reason why. And then I just kind of like whenever I found out that the other characters crossed over with Batman, I'm like, oh fuck, this is awesome.
I gotta check into this shit.
Yeah. Like my three favorite comic book superheroes are Batman, Green Lantern, and John Constantine. So like, well, John Constantine's kind of a superhero.
Right.
but-
I got you though.
Yeah.
Did you like the TV show?
I love the TV show.
I'm so sad that
yeah.
they fucking took it away, man. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too. They did that typical thing where it's like, it's kind of a hard concept. You need like 5 or 6 episodes before it's going to hit its stride.
And they put it in a shitty time slot. Like,
And it was on NBC, which
Yeah.
because they're so known for nurturing TV shows. Yeah, it was. They admitted like whenever Constantine wasn't doing well, they're like, yeah, we were just jumping on the superhero bandwagon. We really didn't know what we were getting ourselves into.
when they started teasing the Spectre
Mm-hmm.
in there, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna last. Like they can't possibly bait us with this and it not fucking like coming out
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna go down.
I did. I watched the first episode and I'm like, I love this. I don't think other people are going to. I guess the showrunner said that Warner Brothers isn't giving up on it though.
Okay.
They're still trying to find other places for it, which
Yeah, they need to go to like Hulu or something.
yeah, Hulu
like,
or Netflix, that's where like Johnson Constantine
Well,
like
I think with the Marvel deal, the taking it to Netflix is probably going to be out. Like it's probably part of their contract or agreement with them, I would imagine.
maybe, I don't know. I only just because like Netflix, the only reason why I wouldn't believe that, it wouldn't surprise me either way, but the reason why I would lean towards in that not being the case is just that Netflix needs content.
Right.
Like that's how they survive. Is they need content. So it wouldn't surprise me that Disney's smart and Kevin Feige's smart. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're like in the contract.
Right.
You can't have DC.
There's a non-compete clause
Yeah.
built into this contract, sir.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, then I need to doubly thank you for taking Flash Day and coming down here to
yeah.
record with me, because I know it's like the finale tonight, right?
Yeah, I'm a little behind on Flash and Arrow. Arrow this season has been kind of... it's slowly started... Like, it started out strongish, like just strongish, and then it slowly started to like... I don't know what... They must not like females on that show, because they just keep taking the female characters and like... taking them and just like changing their character development just to fit the show. Like Jules says it the best is that like we can't have more than one well-written female character on one given episode. So they
yeah, and it's always like, hey, Batman called. He wants his fucking stories back.
Yeah, it's really hardcore. It was just like, I understand why they went with Green Arrow, because there's no baggage with Green Arrow. No one knows who Green Arrow is unless you're a huge nerd.
Right.
But like, it's like, I'm like, there's a couple times I'm like, this is more Batman than it is Green Lantern.
They're like, wait, Huntress? What?
Yeah.
What? But I'm still hanging in there. I'm still hanging tough with
Yeah.
them. I'm still enjoying them. And on Flash last week, they had Gorilla Grodd was the bad guy. And I'm like, all of my 8-year-old dreams. I'm like, I get to see the Flash fight a giant fucking psychic super strong gorilla. Sign me up, like that would, it was just awesome.
Yeah, you gotta hand it to them. Like they were staying real reserved with Arrow, and then Flash, they were like, "Fuck it, let's bring everyone in."
Money shot,
Yeah.
After money shot, there's no slow build.
Yeah.
It's not like Shield, which I'm fucking hate watching right now. I'm like, I just can't. I feel like I have to because I'm a huge gigantic nerd for the movies, but oh god, it's like 2 episodes a season might be enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that because my one buddy, Joe's brother Jeaner, he actually's worked on Shield a couple times. He's Patton Oswalt's photo double, so he's been on set and whatnot, which was fucking weird because it's like Patton Oswalt head's Jeaner's body, very weird for me. But we were talking about it, and
so they CGI'd Patton's head onto him. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
wow.
Yeah. There's a couple times too. It's Jeaner's hands, not Patton Oswalt's hands.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just weird. But we were talking about it. And it's like every time they have the opportunity to do something interesting and take advantage of the fact that they're in this greater universe, they don't.
Right.
Like that's like the credo is just like. There's like, man, it's lazy writing. It's really lazy writing, and it's not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Of like what they have. Like, granted, I do feel for them because like they had the Inhumans set up, and they're like, "Woo, we have a light at the end of this tunnel,"
Right.
and they're like, "We got Spider-Man. We're gonna push the Inhumans back," and they're like, "Fuck, we gotta fill like 2 seasons."
What are we gonna do?
Yeah. So like, I feel for them there, but like, I just feel like it's lazy writing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. And it's like you kind of, I catch myself kind of watching for the crossovers.
Yeah.
And then like when they happen, I'm all like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. I would like to be like, oh yeah, if you put me in charge, I could write it better. But that's, what do I know?
Yeah, there's so many hands like in there. It's just like you don't know what they can and can't do.
Right. And it's like, plus I think Joss Whedon like lords over that, like because he produces it and it kind of has to tie into his movies, if nothing else, I guess.
Well, I don't know how much he has to do with it because his contract's up. After Avengers, he's done. He's not doing Infinity Wars. The Russo brothers are doing those. So I don't know what because he made in his interview he was like, I'm DC curious. Like I wouldn't mind, And I know he was joking, but I'm like, please, someone at Warner Brothers call him, please.
For real, they need a lot of help. In my point of view.
God, you have no idea. I love Batman and I love DC, but like whenever that Batman v Superman trailer came up, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and like my favorite, and this is going to be a very controversial thing to say on this podcast right now, but my favorite Robin of all times is Carrie Kelly. Mm-hmm. And when they started leaking that she was going to be the Robin, I was like, no, you keep her out of the shit storm. Like you can't. No, just no. I don't care who she's playing her. I don't give a shit. Just keep her out.
Yeah, there's too much fan service in this. It seems like there's entirely too much fan service. It was like because like. This might be unpopular opinion time, but I really like, as time goes by, I really don't like the Nolan Batman movies.
I don't
They're
either.
Not really Batman movies.
I've been saying this for years.
Yeah. like we did one of our pop analysis was on Dark Knight, and like everyone went into it going, "Woo, Dark Knight!" And we started going through it, and we're like, "This makes no fucking sense at all." But yeah, like there's so much fan service, and like Zack Snyder's not a good director. I don't care what anyone says; he's not a good director.
I'm a huge 300 fan. I love 300, but I'm also a huge Frank Miller fan, so I don't know if that is the wash or not.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a beautifully shot movie, you know.
That is, the one exception. Like he had an actual like artistic reason why there was a slow motion,
Right,
and
yeah.
then he was, and then after that he was just like, "Fuck it, it's my trademark. I'm just gonna put it in everything."
Yeah, and you could put like a little asterisk.
Yeah.
And thank the Wachowski brothers, you know, at
Yeah.
least if nobody else.
The Wachowskis, they're not brothers anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stumble off into that politically incorrect landmine field. All right, so we veered off topic a little bit. What's your? Oftentimes when I have new people in, I ask them a lot of process questions because I'm fascinated with other people's process.
Yeah.
So what's like your from like soup to nuts? You know, very quickly, like how do you operate as far as developing your story?
Typically, it's like, as Kevin Smith would say, I would have like a creative feast. So I'll watch stuff, and then there'll be a spark that comes. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of interested in doing that. And then from there, it takes a very long time for me to think everything through and then write everything down. And like I've started developing this weird system of like I have notebooks, and like I have a big notebook that's just for treatments, and then I have a smaller notebook that's for all the ideas. Like on Saturday, the next feature that I wanted like for us to try to produce, I was sitting there with like my little notebook that I carry on me at all times for all ideas to jot down notes, and then the other notebook was there for me to write out the treatment, which I feel like someone would be like, what the fucking point of that if they were walking by? So that's typically, and then from there I go and then I start writing it in final draft. And
I know a full-time writer. She lives in Frederick, Maryland. Her name is Jessica McHugh, and she's prolific. Like, she just pumps work out. And when you see her work, she does the same thing. Like, she has a composition book or something like it, like, for every single thing that she's working on. So she'll jockey them through and, like, work on them. And she works so much, like, she'll, like, work in the car, work in the bar, between, you know, she's at a stoplight, she'll fucking write or something. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah, like, notebooks save my life. And like, I often am like, how did I organize myself before Evernote on my fucking phone? Like, I just get sucked into that. So after you kind of get your treatment and your stuff down, do you start developing the script?
Yeah.
Or like, do you come up with like the different character, like flesh out the characters? Or
I usually flesh out the characters in rewrites, because one of the most important things I learned in film school is screenwriting is rewriting. Get the fuck over it. That's just how it is. Like you have to, and Mel Brooks has even said this too. Like, you have to. The first draft is just there to get everything down, and then you go through and like you imagine everything as like pillars, and then you knock on those pillars, and whatever one fell apart, it's not supposed to be there.
Right.
And then that's kind of how you flesh everything out from there. That's how I do it, at least. I can't, like, someone like Max Landis, he can just write and write and write, and like I'm pretty sure he doesn't do a lot of rewriting, and I don't fucking understand that concept.
Right.
I just, like, I have to write a first draft, and then I have to go through it, and then I have to tighten it up, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Oh, then, like, especially because it takes me a long time to write shit. I don't know why, it just does.
yeah.
So, like, I'll write stuff, and then, like, a week later I'll write it, and I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. So I have to go through and then tighten it up in there. And then it also takes, like, a whole lot of time for me to, like, sit there and go, like, just let it go for right now. Let it go for right now.
Right.
There's no time limit. Just fucking do it.
It sounds like I have a lot of novelist friends and stuff that come in and do the show, and they are always like, you know, the thing that I love the most about my work is when characters do things that surprise me. And I'm like, I don't understand what that means, because I have 8 fucking drafts of an outline before I even get to where that can fucking happen.
You know, it's really, really interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's unique to screenwriting and novel writing. I was trying to conjugate it and it didn't happen. It might be unique. There's been a lot of times that, like, I thought a character was going to be one way, and then just as you start writing and as the story starts to evolve, you're like, oh, it's just completely fucking different. Like, I didn't expect that coming. Okay.
Now, where I do see a little bit of that is when I'm lettering. because I'll write all the way up through the whole process. Like if I'm drawing stuff, I'll go off my thumbnail and my layout to be like, oh no, I think it might be cooler this way and try it that way. So it's like I'm actually, besides the outlines and the 8 fucking drafts and all this, that, and the other thing, I'm still writing as I'm doing like the lettering, which is the last part of my process. So, like I'll be like, oh, he kind of has this look on his face, which doesn't really, like, maybe he could be flippant here or something. Yeah. But nothing like, oh my God, I shit my pants when my character did this. Because I'm like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, I don't get it. But you have a different dimension with that, right? Because you never know really what your actors are going to do. Like, do you give them like free reign kind of? Or do you work with them? Or
it depends on...
Are you a tyrant, Nick?
I'm not Are you a dick on set? Is that what... No, like, it depends. Certain actors you have to be more dictatorial with. Just because, like, Justin is an example. If I'm not dictatorial with Justin, there's going to be a lot more dick jokes than I intended in the script. And I'm like, no, fucking don't do it that way. But, like, it's certain actors I'll let go. I'm dictatorial on certain points, specifically story points. If I write something for a very intentional reason, I'm very dictatorial. I'm like, no, you have to say it this way. Right.
Like, this is a plot point, or this means something. Like,
yeah.
Right.
But a lot of times, like, that's the thing about, like, filmmaking, it's collaborative. So, like, a lot of times, like, you'll write something and then they'll, the actor will elevate it to a point that you don't go, you didn't intend to, you didn't think of it, because they're a different person, they're an individual, they come up with different ideas. So it's like, you gotta kind of, like, let it go free reign, but it's like, you I guess you gotta take, you gotta kind of take the temperature of the actor themselves.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is what you were saying about your team building process. Like, you're, like you said, you're taking their temperature. You're like, I trust them to do this, or this person needs their hand held a little bit in this area, or whatever kind of metaphor you want to put in there. But I can, like, manage them 80%, but I have to manage this guy 20%.
Yes.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've had those jokes before where, like, you heard it last night when we were recording, whenever someone was saying that they were, off book. And, like, Alec Guinness was off book, and I looked at Justin, I'm like, yeah, Justin be off book, huh? Yeah, what about that?
So that means ad-libbing, or...
Off book means you have everything memorized.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, of course, that would make more sense. Like, I wouldn't see Sir Alec Guinness, ad-libbing.
Yeah, no. Very traditionally trained British actor. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Okay.
Why don't you throw out some links where we could find you on the Twitter or the Tumblr or whatever you kids got going on nowadays?
www.sinisterdream.com, facebook.com/SinisterDreamPro. On the Twitters, it's at SinisterDreamPR. If you have Periscope, it's the same thing. Same with Instagram, it's also Sinister Dream PR. And if you want to follow me, I'm at Sinister Dreamist with no E in Sinister.
And what is Periscope?
Periscope is a new app from the good people at Twitter.
It's for iPhone. It's for the i products,
it's
right?
only for iOS right now, just because most people just launch on iOS first. It's a streaming thing. It's a live streaming. It's just pretty much you turn it on and
so basically you set your iPhone up, you press the button, and you're streaming out like you're a TV show or something.
Pretty much.
Like, that's cool. I was actually looking into it because, I have a face for radio, but I thought, like, it would be cool to kind of, like, find a way to incorporate it, you know. But yeah, so that's cool, and that I know you're the first person I know that has it. There's a lot of people on there.
It's getting there. It's starting to pick up. A lot more, like, well-known people are starting to get it. It was, whenever I first got in there, very big in the Middle East. Lots of Arabic. Like, a lot of people in the Middle East really dug it.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get there. Like, there's a lot of people that are starting to get onto it. So.
Yeah, I understand that. My last year, my graphic novel, The Djinn Jihad, came out, and I was doing some promo for it on Twitter. And every once in a while, I would see, like, Arabic people, like, following me and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not sure this is what.
Not to disappoint you or anything.
I'm a little cautious about the language barrier here. I'm always kind of worried about the fatwa. That's probably out on my head right now. But guys, remember. To check out the Abercast, we're going to be talking about Han Solo and Leia, and if the Falcon comes a-rockin', or if you come a knockin', I don't know how it goes. Anyhow, we'll be right back after these messages.
You love midnight movies, don't you? But can you handle midnight movies 24 hours a day?
Your death will be indescribable.
Find out on Black Flag TV. The first viral television on the web. Black Flag TV is entirely dedicated to haunting horror, science fiction, and cult movies. Broadcasting live 24 hours a day, obscure independent movies and classic horror. Make Black Flag TV your sanctuary for the horror genre.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Visit us now, blackflag.tv.
Yeah. So do you record right into your what program did you say you use?
QuickTime.
You record right into QuickTime?
Yeah, it turns it into an M4A, and then I import that into Final Cut, and I cut it in Final Cut. I export it, and then there's a audio converter Lite, which converts it to an MP3, and then I upload from there.
Wow.
Yeah, there's really the thing that's really awesome about that is that the audio converter Lite, it compresses without losing any kind of quality, so I can make the file whatever size I want. So when we go on Libsyn, I don't have to worry about going over our amount.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Yeah, I used to record right at this huge dinosaur that I have here.
Uh-huh.
I used to record right into Audacity on this thing. And then this thing started taking a shit on me, and I'm like, I don't want to buy a whole desktop to sit down here, because I have one of my other work computers is my laptop, which is where I do all my comic book stuff, you know. So I was like, well, if I could just figure out a way to get the file portable, you know. So I went out and I got this Tascam DR5,
yeah,
and I got it at like Guitar Center for like $80, and it's a fucking dream. And whenever I want to take it out, like I can just leave, and it has like a lot of quality. It's not like studio quality or whatever, but as the furnace and the fucking fans going,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Red Horse Radio, episode 187. In studio, we have Nick Kizina from Sinister Dreams Productions, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dream Production.
Say yes.
I'm
a guest. I didn't want to correct.
So, yeah. Well, thanks again for coming down,
Yes,
and thanks for having me on the pop analysis segment of your show.
Yeah.
Again, I had a blast, and I'm having a good time with you down here now. So glad to reciprocate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always like trying to find like new folks to have in.
Yeah.
And when I met you at Horror Realm, I know you mentioned it on the show, like. You're like, yeah, you know, let's do a podcast together, and then like everybody just kind of flakes out, you know. So like, I'm not being the flake anymore. Like I don't do that. But yeah, man, it is hard. Like you get a schedule together, and then someone's like, oh yeah, I can't show up, and you know, it fucks everything all up.
Yeah,
so
I know.
But you have like, you have a lot of people on your show, so it's like you always have folks to cover. Where like if my guest shit out on me, I'd be like down here babbling to myself, you know, in the dark.
Yeah, I've contemplated doing like solo episodes every once in a while. I'm like, I don't know if the world's ready for that. So,
well, this show's been through a lot of different progressions, and the first progression of it was me just sitting here talking, and I have people that are like, "Oh, that's not that hard to do," and I'm try it. You know, it's fucking hard to do.
Anything with entertainment, people are like, "Oh, it's not that hard." I'm like, yeah, fucking try it. All right.
Yeah, but and then we had the Red Horse Radio Podcast Network for a while, where I had 4 dudes, and that's the show was them sitting alone talking to themselves. Like it was like schizophrenic cast. I don't really know. But I like where we are nowadays. Get the guests in, get the booze going, and
it's a good time.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So, so we were kind of talking about technology a little bit, and like, you know, so I'm trying to do this without making an age reference. I don't know why I'm caught in this, but like you're coming up in the world, like you've grown up with the internet.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember the time of the monolith, you know, where we had to tell time with Stonehenge, and we didn't have, you know, the internet. So, but like to me, it's like radically changed the world, and it's just changed everything. And I was kind of wanting to get your kind of perspective on that.
See, it's weird for me too, because like we've talked about this on Sinister Dream Cast a lot, where it's like all of us were everyone in the company, we're all millennials, but millennials are a really fractured generation, where it's like you have like the baby boomers that are all the fucking same, Gen Xers all the fucking same. Millennials, there's like millennial A and there's millennial B. Like millennial A is like what we are. Like we grew up with the internet, but we remember when there was a time without the internet. Like we had VHS, and we had we understand what analog is,
Right.
And, so like we have like that weird balance. And then, but you got kids that are like, what? I'm 28. I'm gonna be 29 next month. There are kids that are like 5 years younger than me that like don't understand the concept of like analog and like not having everything on your phone, and there's a time before phones and stuff like that. So it's like it's really weird, and I do like where it's going, specifically with filmmaking. It's really great just because it's great, but it's bad at the same time. It's kind of taking away from like theatrical release. It's not a big deal. Theatrical release is probably like by 2017, 2018, around there. The only movies you're going to see in theaters,
huge blockbuster movies. Yeah, Disney. That's it. It's just going to be Disney.
Disney, Warner Brothers, maybe Universal if they pull out that monster movie, the Monster Universe. I don't have much faith. Though Max Landis is coming out with the Daniel Radcliffe Frankenstein, which I'm interested in watching.
Oh, cool, yeah.
But like it's interesting but now there's also you got distributors, like there's independent distributors now that aren't like Miramax, where Miramax was like a mini major, or Lionsgate's a really good example of a mini major now. But like you have people like the Alamo Drafthouse Pictures, I think it is. They're releasing stuff. I
actually have a business arrangement with a company called SGL in California. They do a lot of independent horror movie distribution, but I had a license agreement. I did a comic book of one of their characters. But yeah, like I didn't even know they existed, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, they reached out to me and they're like, hey, we got this lesbian vampire thing, and I'm like, sure, fuck it, right on, yeah. But yeah, but I know a guy named Brian Coddington. He's a filmmaker around town, and he just did a documentary style film on Cabaret Vulgaire, which is like a troupe of circus performers / burlesque people. And it's like they got dudes that like do like bed and nail stuff, and there's like a chick that dances on broken glass and whatnot. Like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him at a burlesque show, and we were talking about his movie, and he was like all the woes of all the problems he's having hammering out a deal with these distribution companies. And it seems like it's real hard, and there's like real fine print you got to read, and there's all kinds of crazy shit like that, right?
Yeah, because it's one of those things that it's like, now everyone can make movies.
Right.
Everyone can make movies now, which is a good and a bad thing. Good thing is that now you're getting people that would have never had a chance, like, in the 70s, where like 70s filmmaking was a rich man's hobby.
Right.
So they're getting their voice heard, but because of that, there's so much out there. So like distribution companies have to be really selective on who they're going to pick, and then whenever they're going to pick to be able to make any kind of money, they have to essentially fuck the artist a bit,
and not fuck the artist.
Yeah.
But fuck the artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, there's a big mirror though with that and the publishing.
Yeah.
You know, like, everybody can self-publish now. Everyone can fucking have, like, their Mobley file for their Kindle fucking bullshit. And you just always am like, okay, fine. Like, that, my personal point of view is fine. That's awesome. You know, everyone should have the opportunity to create something. Like, that's what the fucking world needs, is more, like, creative play and shit. Like, for people not to fucking take themselves so seriously and fucking accomplish something with their life. Even if it's something that no one's ever going to read or look at. Like, you gotta have that. Anyhow, I'm off on this fucking tangent, but but the problem with that is like, well, everybody can do stuff now, but the good stuff will still find an audience, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of think about that the same way, and it's like you have this thing where the cloud, where like physical media is going to go away eventually. Like you're going to have like hipster collectors and stuff, and it's like, besides that, it's like everyone's gonna be like, oh, I want to watch this, I want to read this, and I'm gonna download it into the Google that's in my fucking brain now, and that's just the way it's gonna be. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no. I'm a big like, I have a fairly large DVD collection. I still collect DVDs.
Well,
and I enjoy
no
that.
offense, I didn't mean to offend anybody.
Oh no. That's exactly my point, is that like I like physical media. I really like physical media. Like I said, I grew up with physical media.
Right.
But that shit's on its way out.
Yeah.
Like you have to kind of accept that. So like, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's one of the biggest problems, is that the for lack of a better term, key holders don't understand that physical media is on its way out, and they're still trying. They're essentially trying to shove a circular peg into a square hole. Like, they don't want to rethink their business model. Like, no one wants to rethink their business model. Like, a good example is like Comcast. I was over, my buddy Joe, he came home for a wedding that one of our best friends got married. So he came home for that, and I was over there for brunch, and his uncle works for Comcast. And he was trying to pitch to us Comcast. Found out afterwards he wasn't really trying to convert us. He was just practicing because we're in that age demographic.
Right. Okay,
where it's
cool.
like, yeah. I got a little aggressive with him. I wish he would have told me, because then I wouldn't have gotten as mean with him. But like, he was trying to pitch all these things to us, and it's just like, and like in so many words, he's just like, yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Right. Like, Comcast is apparently trying to go into like home security.
Yeah. Yep.
And stuff like
Their
that.
commercials are out there now for that.
I don't have like
I'm
real TV, so I don't know.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck with it. My wife's addicted to Gordon Ramsay, so it's like I got to have like all 80 channels that he has a fucking show on.
Yeah, my girlfriend's the same way. She loves Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, so like to me, like you said, like the rules are changing. Like this technology is giving everybody the power to do everything that they need. And even 10 years ago, well, actually 13 years ago, if you want to get technical, when I started working doing these independent comic books, it changed. Like the people were out there and they're like, these web comics aren't going to do anything. Digital comics aren't going to go anywhere. And nowadays the paradigm's shifting, and it's shifting smart, but the way that it's shifting is telling you what's going to happen. Like, everyone's using the e-comics and the digital comics as promotional tools now.
Yeah.
And they're like giving away, or you get the $1 comic, whatever thing in. And then the subscription service is another fucking thing that's changed the whole universe, right?
Oh, God, yes. Everything's a subscription now.
It reminds me, since you're German, it reminds me of when in World War I, when the Germans were like, okay, well, we're going to fight France and we're going to fight Russia, but it's going to take Russia a long time to pull their pants up and get ready, so we have to take care of France right now.
Yeah.
And so they went to Belgium, and they were like, okay, Belgium, we're just going to walk through your backyard here.
You're be cool with that, right? It's not about,
And Belgium was like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. We're not going to do that. And the French were like, or the Germans were like, we're coming. And the Belgians had fucking burned their bridges down, which fucking pissed them off. They were like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
because they had the largest standing army at the time.
Ever, yeah. Like, it was warfare on a scale that anyone else in the universe up until that point had never even imagined.
Yeah.
So they go, and they were really pissed. They thought that they would just go take a walk, and the Belgians would maybe shoot a couple bullets in the air and be like, okay.
Or join them. They were really hoping they would join them.
And then what really happened is they're like, okay, well, we're going to have to start fighting these forts to keep moving.
Yeah.
And the fort that they were fighting, obviously a good fort's on an upgrade. And while the Germans were just marching towards them, these guys, they have machine guns for the first time. They're just fucking mowing them down.
Yeah.
There's reports that there were a pile of dead Germans yards high. It actually was able to give advancing Germans cover. And there was like these guys, the officers that are in this fort were like, should we go move these bodies? Can we shoot through them? Like, how do we keep killing these Germans? But that's the thing that comes to my mind when I think about how technology is going. And like, the Germans are the gatekeepers. They're the agents, and they're the big studios and stuff. And everyone else is like, no, like, I'm tired of watching the same fucking remake over and over and over again. Like, let's get something new out there.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my heroic sort of romanticization of the situation.
It's not that far off either, though. But it's just like, but it's also too like, I will like, I hate when people say like Hollywood's corrupt, like, oh, it is corrupt, but it's bankrupt. Like, it's bankrupt. Like, they don't, they just keep coming on, like, okay, this is something you don't understand. Here in America, we have a capitalist film system. Other countries don't have this. They have a socialist aspect to it. France, England, Canada, they all have, like, the government will support film. We don't have that here.
Right.
So, guess what?
Well, we don't really need it here because we're forking over like $18 a fucking movie ticket.
Yeah, exactly. So guess what? If you don't want to see that remake of Halloween for the 13th time, stop fucking going see it.
That's
like,
where I'm at, dude.
Yeah.
I'm totally like, not vote with my feet, but I'm totally like aggro against all remakes. I broke my rule when I went to go see Godzilla in the movie theater because it's Godzilla. Mm-hmm. But, I can't remember the last time I went and seen a remake in the theaters.
The biggest one that pissed me off the most, the remake that pissed me off the most was, I think it was 2000, 2004. Yeah, 2004. A British film directed by Frank Oz, Yoda himself, called Death at a Funeral, starring Peter Dinklage. And a bunch of fairly well-known English actors came out.
Yeah.
Really awesome dark comedy. It's an amazing dark comedy. Check it out. A year later, they came out with the exact same movie. The fucking screenwriter had the credit on it, and the only difference was it was an American version, and they turned it black.
Yep.
That was the only difference. And I'm like, okay, it's not like England, like it's not like Britain and America have vast cultural differences here. Have you seen Doctor Who? It's pretty big over here. That I think is the best example. Like, I remember posting on my Facebook that day, I was just like, if you go see, when it came out, if you go see the remake of Death at a Funeral, you're part of the fucking problem.
Did you get called a racist?
No one called me a racist, because I never went with like the race thing. It was more that it was an American version.
Well, the same thing happened with Sam Raimi when he did the Grudge.
Oh, yeah.
It was like he took this shooting script and he just recast it with like an American lead and basically did the same fucking movie, right?
Yeah, because they did that with J-horror for a while. Like, The Ring hit and they were just like, all the J-horror, just make it American.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, it seems culturally bankrupt.
Oh, yeah, no.
In some way.
It's a weird version of, like, cultural appropriation. It's really weird.
Yeah. And it's just like we're just lined up to do it. Like,
yeah.
You know, I can't wait till they remake Jaws. I want to punch myself in the face when I hear people say that, because I'm like, no, like, you're never going to get a better shark movie than Jaws. Just fucking leave it alone.
Yeah, because then he's going to be CGI, and then, like...
it's going to get Deep Blue Sea on your ass.
Yeah,
like...
he's going to be CGI, you're going to see the shark, and then all that Hitchcockian, tone that Spielberg was forced to use because the shark wouldn't fucking work is gone.
A lot, like when I was on your show and I said Lucas was great when he was limited by technology.
Yes.
The same kind of fucking thing would apply to a Jaws remake, I would think.
Yeah. A lot of times creative types do better with less.
And then you read the early treatments and they're like, Lucas is like, yeah, Han Solo is a 6-foot-tall frog-like creature, and you're like...
No. Luke Skywalker was a 65-year-old man. There was a bunch of different shit. I was like, yeah, you're probably good that you were limited, George. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, like, you know, and I've come to the realization that basically Frank Herbert should have got like some kind of credit for the first Star Wars movie anyways. The guy who wrote Dune.
Yes, yeah.
When you revisit Dune, you're just like, wait, there's a smuggler in Dune? And he's like a mentor? Wait, hold on. There's a desert planet? You know?
Yeah. I mean, well, it's also it's a lot of Joseph Campbell there too.
Oh, right. Yep.
So, like, I mean, Joseph Campbell even said that like my best student ever was George Lucas.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he did say that. We love Joe Campbell here.
I'm a big fan.
We refer to Uncle Joe all the time. So, if you had like a dream project, if you could pick any fucking thing in the world that, you know, no bounds on your money or talent or whatever, like what would you attack? Like what would you do balls out?
I wouldn't mind having like an opportunity to do one of the Star Wars anthology movies. Now that that's a thing,
okay.
Like I don't want to touch the episodes because I'm like, no, so that's too big for me. But I wouldn't mind like taking like one of the one of the anthologies, because like especially like the expanded universe that they have right now, it's really interesting. There's a lot of potential with it, and that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would be cool with that. Like no bounds, yeah. And I feel like my life would be like it would be really cathartic to be able to like do a Star Wars
I
movies.
am the teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would love to do. I know this has been thrown out, but hopefully, if I were in this hypothetical world, if I were to be able to do it, I would love to do the Jedi Sith war. Like that.
So this is like the Old Republic stuff.
Yeah. Like 1,000 years before the canon got it was BBY before the Battle of Yavin, so it's like 2,500 BBY. So, like, somewhere around there, whenever, right before Darth Bane. Whenever Darth Bane was like, this didn't work out, guys, roll 2, and then no one listens to it. But yeah, like, I'd like to do that. I think that'd be really fascinating.
Do you think that that's on the table to do? Like, do you think that... Well, I imagine if they focus test it and find enough people will watch it, it's on the table.
I mean, I can't imagine an army of Jedi versus an army of Sith. I don't see why they wouldn't be like. I mean, I'm sure that's down the line whenever they make their money back, which they're not that far off. Like,
right, I'm sure
they spent $4 billion. Well, I guarantee they got $1 billion back already.
Well, as soon as they release the original cuts,
yeah,
all the Kevin Smith nerds are gonna buy them, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every single one of them. Like, I want to see where hand shot first.
Yeah.
You know, which is a technical note, and I pointed this out many times on the show. Hand didn't shoot first. He was the only shooter. There was no fucking second shot. He fucking killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So, okay, so we kind of talked about the opportunities as far as, like, technology is concerned. Now, what about, like, emerging technologies, like the Google Glass and the Oculus Rift and all this fucking, like, VR shit that they've been talking about for, like, 20 years? Like,
Yeah.
I remember going to see Lawnmower Man, you know, in the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
theater.
yeah.
But, like, it seems like it's actually becoming a reality now. Like, do you think that movies are going to be made to be piped right into your eye holes here?
There's a
or...
really, really good chance of that just because, well, Google Glass is no more. They stopped production on that. They got ahead of themselves, and also it was like $1,500 for a Google Glass, stuff like that. But
I got a buddy who he's got a podcast network called Sorgatron Media, and he actually got some of the Google Glass, and he had he was like walking around the streets of Pittsburgh, like fucking testing it, and he was like videoing himself doing it. It was really kind of funny, but I'm sorry for cutting in. Go ahead.
I really, once they get the Oculus Rift to a point where everyone can use it, because one of the big problems with it is that, like, if you have any kind of motion sickness, you can't use it. I actually got to, like, use, like, one of the prototypes. I was over I was over at a party, and Steve Rosinski. I was over at his
Steve, we know Steve.
Yeah. I was over at his Christmas party, and one of his friends was working for the company before Facebook bought it.
Okay.
And he brought it over, and we got to use it, and, like, it was a lot of fun. It was really interesting. It was very, very basic. It made me think of the 1990s. I was just like, we are VR.
Which was right up Steve's alley, by the way.
Yeah. So, like, I enjoyed it, but then, like, my girlfriend Jules was there. She couldn't do it because motion sickness problem. So, like, once they get that down and they can figure out a way to make...
Oh, it'll be drugs. They'll have,
probably,
they'll have some fucking drugs you got to take before you strap those fuckers on.
Yeah, it's called, like, Dramamine and, like, something else. Just injected directly into your arm.
They'll actually have a syringe built into the glasses. So you, like, put them on and shoot right in there.
Yeah, because there's a documentary on Netflix called Video Game the Movie.
Is this the E.T. thing?
No.
Okay,
no.
all right.
No, that's Game Over.
Right,
That's
yeah,
Game
okay.
Over. No, this one's called just Video Game the Movie, and it goes in the history of video games, and, like, the last segment is where they think video games are going. And again, Max Landis, he was interviewed on there, and he was saying that, like, it's a whole new way of telling stories, and, like, they would be dumb not to be able to take advantage of that. And, like, they show some of the prototypes of, like, how they think to do it and whatnot. And, like, yeah, I think to be able to combine video games and movies, like, with Hollywood's stroking themselves at that, because, like, video games are outselling movies drastically.
Right.
So,
is that true?
Oh yeah. It's they're outselling them a lot.
Well, because they're like $50 a pop.
Yeah,
now,
I was gonna
right?
say, granted,
it's a price point difference.
There's a price point difference with that, but, like, I mean, there's so many kids, like the millennial bees that I was talking about. Their big thing is YouTube and video games. Like, they're Joe, my buddy Joe was telling me that, like, he watched a thing where, like, kids 14 to 15, they didn't know who Brad Pitt was.
What?
Like, yeah, but they recognize all these YouTube celebrities. So it's like there's a big paradigm shift coming that, like, I don't think any of the people that are in charge right now are ready for, like, in any way.
Well, the pucker factor. They're having the pucker factor.
Yeah.
Like, those are the guys that are like, we need to figure out how to co-opt all these YouTube fuckers, right?
Yeah.
The VR thing always, like, it fascinates me. And have you ever heard of this thing? I'm about to tiptoe off into the strange for a second. Have you ever heard of this thing called the computer simulation theory? Like,
No.
it's the idea that we're actually, it's basically the Matrix.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The idea that we're, like, actual, like, a brain somewhere else, and this is a simulation that we're running.
This is a hologram. They're doing a study right now to test if this is true.
Well, I'm always like, well, you know, one day I'm gonna, like, this virtual body is going to be like 79 years old. I'm going to expire in my sleep, hopefully, and I'm going to walk out of a door, and I'm going to be like 18 years old, and it'll be like Judgment Day. You know, be like, did you learn everything you needed to learn in the computer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always find that fascinating, and I'm like, that's so much bullshit. Like, that's crazy. And then you're like, you know, I'm my brain, and my brain's never seen the light of day. Like, it's like, it's literally locked inside
Yeah.
something. You know, like, is it weird? I don't know. How weird is that? How strange is that? Tweet me your ideas.
Me personally, I'm just like, if that's the truth that this is all like a simulation, I'm like, this is the shittiest simulation ever.
And it's like, you're like, okay, well, I'm a simulation, and I just spent $50 on Sims 4,
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
sitting at home playing a simulation, and I'm a It's like that movie, 13th Floor. It's basically the same idea. A guy's building a video game simulation, and at the end of the movie, he looks up or something, and he realizes that people are watching him. He's like simulating a simulation.
Yeah,
and
whenever the filmmaker's like jerking off, and like, I got you, motherfucker, I got you.
Tyler Durden, this bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Once Fight Club came out, everyone was like, "Oh, we're so clever! Look at us, we're gonna trick you."
And M. Night Shyamalan was like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, he's the best example of diminishing returns like ever, because like Sixth Sense is a really great movie. It's on AFI's like top 100 movies, but like after that he's just like, oh, I got this. There's a twist in every movie.
I got it. Hold on, wait, no, there's porcupine monsters
Yeah,
for 1 second, and they're fake.
yeah, yeah. Or in Signs where they invade. They're allergic. They're allergic to water, and so they invade a planet that's 75% water. I've always said that, like, I do not find an alien race threatening that I can take out with a super soaker.
Yeah.
Like, just, no. Like,
Right. It's funny because that's the second, like, unusual critique that you've said that I've said for years about movies. I'm like, yeah, they're allergic to water. Hey, guess what? Earth is like 80% water.
Yeah, it's like us invading. It's like us invading a planet that's 75% hydrochloric acid.
Right, yeah. And another one was Batman. I've railed against the Nolan Batman movies forever. I'm like, no, he sucks. Like, he can't. If it's anything other than like a street level villain, he can't handle it. Like, he always gets beat up. Like, he's terrible. Like,
He's the worst ninja ever. Like, you go into like, and like, I dug Batman Begins because like they introduced Ra's al Ghul, and like Joker and Ra's al Ghul. Those are my two favorite villains, which is the reason why I have some problems with Arrow right now.
see, it all comes back. It all comes around, buddy.
But like, I was really into the idea, and they got Liam Neeson to play, and like they go into the League of Shadows.
And Ken Watanabe.
Yeah. And like they go into the League of Shadows. I'm like, this is great. And then like it just slowly, like, Dark Knight's great, and I think Dark Knight's great only because Heath Ledger fucked everyone's mind with his version of the Joker, the God of Chaos.
Yeah.
But then like you watch it like Dark Knight Rises, and you're just like, let's just contradict everything that we said in that first movie.
Well, I like Dark Knight Rises. I like to watch the Bane quotes on YouTube. That's as far as I get. Like, I don't care about watching the movie. Just he's interesting enough. Like, his presence and like his voice, I guess, is what I'm caught up on. But yeah. Anyhow, I'm sorry for dragging us back.
No, it's quite alright. I have like with the whole thing with like Bane though too is like that's the best example of how Nolan doesn't really understand the property that he's working with, because Bane is a South American mercenary.
Right. He's not Sean Connery on steroids.
Exactly. He's never part of the Illuminati. I'm like, you had an idea for a script that had the Joker, and Heath Ledger died, and they were just like, fuck it, let's put Bane in there, and just we'll go with that.
Well, I like when properties bookend. So
Yeah.
I didn't really mind that, because I'm like, okay, well, we'll go back to the League of Shadows. It's fine. That makes sense.
Oh, I had no problem with that. I had a problem with the fact that the first movie is about becoming fear, and then the last movie is about
him conquering fear.
No, letting fear into him. Like, he has to embrace the fear. And I'm just like, I remember because I watched Batman Begins, and then I showed Joel's Dark Knight Rises that we didn't finish because we couldn't do it. And I'm just like, this movie pisses me off even more because it just completely contradicts the first movie. Because like Dark Knight, if you look at it, it's a side story. Like, it doesn't actually belong because you have the bookend, and it has nothing to do with the first two movies. And it's just
I think it does because they have like the catharsis about the White Knight, Black Knight kind of thing. Like, Harvey Dent was supposed to save the city, and he got all fucked up. So Batman had to save the city by turning himself into a villain. Sort of.
But why did he have to do that? Like, that's a problem too. It's like, I think everyone would understand if Harvey Dent, like, they revealed that Harvey Dent killed bad people. I think they would have been able to spin that. Like, half of his face was gone. Like, he lost his mind, everyone. It's okay. Like, yeah.
He went a little crazy.
Yeah. Like, I think they would have been able to spin that one, just like how they brought in Dark Knight Rises. Like, everyone was so shocked that Harvey Dent, they lied to everyone. I'm like, okay, Bane has just cut us off from the rest of the world, and you're worried about that Jim Gordon lied to us 8 years ago.
Hey, and he's a cop.
Yeah. Surprise.
For what that's worth,
Yeah.
you know. So, well, we're going to veer off of movies for a minute.
Sure.
And I want to just ask you, and tell me if you don't want to talk about this, but the other night I noticed that you had some esoteric tattooage on you, and I just wanted to see if you would expound on it a little bit. Like, do you have a Ordo Templi Orientis pentagram on you?
No. I have no. I have a pentagram with Celtic or German runes.
Okay,
either or work around it. It's though they're the Celtic interpretation, not the German interpretation. Because like you go with like the whole the pentagram is not actually an evil symbol.
No, not at all.
Not people.
Right.
I see it as representation of God, and like all the runes around it mean something. Like the top one is Jar. I don't know all the names. I remember some of them. The top one's Jar, which is rebirth. Then one's interest, the spirit world, protection, creativity, and I can't remember the last one. That's...
The star, it gets a bad rap because it's associated with Venus, who is Lucifer, the light bringer.
Yeah.
And so people can't wrap their heads around the astrological significance versus the mythological significance, and it gets muddled. But yeah, I couldn't make out what the runes were, and I just kind of want to bring it up because we get a little weird on the show.
Oh no,
every once in a while.
I've written a fucking spiritual warfare script that I wanted to make, but then I realized it needed money, so that's the reason why I'm rewriting another script. But no. I'm very much into demonology and that stuff. So like, yeah, no, we can talk about that. That's fine.
Awesome. And let's see. Oh, yeah. No. All right. So, okay. Since we're talking about trippy, like pentagrams and magic and stuff, what's your favorite like trippy movie? Like, I'll set the stage. I have two favorite trippy movies. One is Altered States. Have you ever seen it? No. It's William Hurt, and he's like some kind of anthropologist, and he discovers mushrooms.
Okay.
And he takes these mushrooms and he locks himself in like a sensory deprivation tank, and he de-evolves.
Okay.
And he like comes out like a fucking like ape man. But he keeps de-evolving like over and over again. And he like winds at the end. He's like, there's like protozoa and stuff, like amoebas and shit. And then my other favorite one is Lair of the White Worm, which is an old Bram Stoker movie. And the guy who's currently Doctor Who is like, it's his first film role.
Oh, Peter Capaldi?
Yeah. He's like a young Scottish, chap. And there's like a giant worm dragon. And there's a cult of this worm dragon, and they like slaughter these nuns and have sex with them and stuff. And like they find it like centuries later, like the Roman altar to this thing. And it's the funny part about it is they have like this Scottish drinking or Irish drinking song that they play that has to do with this worm that they probably just got someone, but they have it as part of the soundtrack, and it's really cool. Maybe I'll dig it up and throw it at the end of the show.
Okay.
Because I'm sure it's on YouTube. But do you have like any kind of trippy movies that you like?
Yeah, I do. But like while you were talking, I'm like trying to run through my head, and I'm like, what trippy movies do I like? I know there's a couple in there that like, but I can't think of any off the top of my head, to be 100% honest with you. Like I'm sitting there like going through my DVD shelf like in my head, and I'm like trying to run through it. I'm like, there's a space. I don't remember where that is.
On your way home, you're gonna be like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, there's that one right there. Yeah, no, I like a lot of the I do like a lot of the spiritual, like like I said, demons and stuff like that. I like whenever it goes into a lot of the magic, like Aleister Crowley is very Crowley,
right?
However you want to pronounce it. That how pretentious do you want to be? I find that kind of stuff.
The divide comes from everyone that listens to Black Sabbath thinks it's Crowley, but it's actually Crowley.
Yeah. Like that kind of stuff. I like the supernatural a lot and stuff like that. So and I like watching like those those Ghost Hunter shows just because they make me feel good about myself. Especially Ghost Adventures. I love watching Ghost Adventures.
Is that the one with the bros?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
the
yo!
broiest bros.
Yeah.
The broiest bros. Yeah, no, I like watching that show just because I'm like, I'm not that bad. Like, I'm not that big of a dick. Like, we have that guy. And, like, I kind of feel bad for him because, like, I do think he's sincere. But it's like he grew up as a bro, and now he's realized he's a nerd, but he can't let go of that bro part of himself.
He's formed a new kind of thing, a bro nerd.
Yeah, and he hasn't come to terms with it yet. So I kind of feel bad for him for that reason. But yeah, no, I can't think of any like real. I know there's trippy movies.
What about? I think I heard you guys talking about Dragon Slayer at one point in time. Is that true?
Maybe. Probably.
Do you remember Dragon Slayer is like Peter McNichol and like they glued wings onto like an iguana and made it like walk through the cave. So you touched briefly on reality TV. Well, quote, we'll just put that in quotes. Where do you come up, like when you look at the state of television, which is wildly now reality TV centric?
Yeah.
Does it piss you off? It pisses me off, man.
I don't understand why people watch reality TV when we have like stuff like the stuff that's on AMC and the stuff that's on HBO. Like, like you have like Game of Thrones, which is really well written, really like the only show that like consistently people can say, I didn't fucking see that coming. Like even the people who like read the books, I'm like, well, I didn't see that coming. Well, there you go. Like, I don't understand why you want to watch reality. Like the closest thing, I'll watch documentary series. I like documentary series. The closest thing that I'll watch to reality TV is like Comic Book Men.
Okay,
like that's about the closest thing, but that's not even so much. I'm okay with reality TV where they're like, no, this isn't real life. Don't worry, we have writers and everything on here. We put it in a documentary style sort of thing.
Yeah, and I look at things like Comic Book Men, and I think it's actually really just like an infomercial for that. For their store, for
Secret Stash,
like it seems to me like it's like, this is the zany annex that you can expect if you visit our store in Red Hook, New Jersey. You know, but I look at reality TV and I'm like, I put a hex on your houses. One of my friends is like she really likes Kim Kardashian, and I'm like, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. That we're gonna have to draw the line, all right? Because I was like, I can't fucking do it. So I know a lot of times we talk about. I have folks down here who are like solo acts, like they don't have a team of folks with them. Yeah. And we talk kind of about, we wrap the show up with talking a little bit about network marketing or like social media marketing or and this kind of stuff. And I know you have a social media person that handles that kind of stuff. But do you like have any insight on like how she does that or like any kind of tips that she might have? For that sort of thing? It's a big mystery.
I think Melissa's just spoiled with, like, she just started tweeting. I've watched her tweet sometimes, and I'm just like, I can't do this. I've tried tweeting, like, I'll go through, like, spurts, where, like, I'll just tweet the fuck out of something. Like, if there's something on my mind, I'll just, like, kind of, like, let it go. But, like, she's constantly going. Like, whenever we first moved in together, I would check Twitter to see if she's home. Like that was the kind of like the extent. So like I think it's just like it's like a sixth sense for her. So I don't really know. Like it's so difficult. Like we've had so many problems with Facebook because Facebook is probably where we have the most people. We have the most people on Facebook,
and it's the suckiest fucking platform right now.
Oh god! Once they went public, they were like, oh fuck,
it's so awful. I even tried to figure out a way around it. I actually went to not actually like it was a chore, but PodCamp last year. Have you ever been to PodCamp?
No.
They have it down at CCAC downtown. Okay. And they had like the lady who does the official Lisbon podcast was there talking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they do like a lot of social media marketing, and they have like different like seminars and stuff going on around there. And it's actually really fantastic. If anybody is a podcaster or wants to get into podcasting in the Pittsburgh area, I suggest you find PodCamp. But they have it all over the country. Like there's one in Seattle, and there's one in Atlanta, and there's one wherever. So you can find it there. And I'm not an affiliate, so I don't get any money if you fucking check it out or not. Just fucking do it. But yeah, and basically they were like, yeah, this Facebook thing's going to fuck everything up. Unless you want to pump money to them, there's no really workaround. You know, that's
yeah.
that's the way it fucking is.
Oh, even when you want to give them money, they're a pain in the fucking ass about that. Because last year we did our first live podcast. We did it at the Hollywood Theater, and I was like, all right, well, we'll put some money into Facebook, and the day before the show, we'll do an ad for them. Well, I just used the poster. Because the whole name was Sinister Dream Productions presents the live podcast prepare performance extravaganza. Real long name. That was the joke. That was the whole joke. Is that was a really long name. So I just used the poster. It went up. 2-3 hours later, I got an email from Facebook saying, "Oh, there's too much text in this picture.
Yep.
This is how we prevent spam."
Yep.
And no matter what I put up there, no matter because they have like that stupid little tool where it was like, here you can put up a picture and then it will tell you.
Right.
And I put up a picture of just our logo, just the Rorschach logo, nothing else. And they were like, "Oh, there's too much text." I'm like, "There's no fucking text in this."
I know a guy who redesigned his whole logo for his podcast to fit the Facebook
criteria,
typographical criteria. This is crazy. The whole fucking thing is crazy. Right now, I'm at a point where I'm like, Facebook is just preaching to the choir. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get anything. Yeah. You're not going to squeeze any blood from that stone kind of thing.
Not at all. Yeah, it's like it's out of habit. Like that we're like almost out of habit. It's like we got to put it up somewhere, and that's the reason why we post whenever the podcast comes up or something like that.
Right.
So. Fucking Christ.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to end on a down note, just like Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
If you want to, please throw out your links for us again.
Okay, SinisterDream.com. SinisterDream.com, SinisterDream.com/podcast. If you just want to go directly to our podcast network. I prefer that you don't, because there's also other stuff on there. Facebook.com/SinisterDreamPro, because after we've talked so much about Facebook, I'm sure you really want to follow us on there. And then at Sinister Dream PR for Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope. And then if you want to have my inane babbling, you can follow me on Twitter at Sinister Dreamist, no E in Sinister.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for being down here. I really appreciate it. Do you want to stick around while I do my Abercast?
Sure.
Cool. It's only going to take a few minutes, but we'll get through the mystery if Han pushed Leia up the cargo ramp. We'll get down to the nooks and crannies of that fucking question.
What, Star Wars? No, I don't want to stick around for that.
Forget that shit. This has been Red Horse Radio 187, and I'm John Towers. Tune in next week. I can't remember who my guest is going to be, but I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. Thanks. We love you all. I do, anyways. I don't know about Nick, but I love you all.
We just met, so I need some time, but I'm sure we'll recreate a relationship.
Awesome. Thank you very much, buddy.
No problem.
Congratulations. You survived another episode of Red Horse Radio. Please, please, please subscribe to the show. Friend it. Like it. Share it on your social media. Feel free to tweet me at JONNYAXX. You can also feel free to drop me an email, towers113@gmail.com. Until next week.